So what changed?
It's like the last year I spent learning how to work for myself. I started learning how to get comfortable in front of the camera. I started learning how to get comfortable engaging with my customers. I started learning how to take care of myself in this industry. Because like one thing I found early on, my girlfriend that I worked with, she eventually started believing me. Like she would want to just keep trucking. Like didn't matter what happened. Like we got to make our money. I'm like, no, no, no. Something happened. The mood's all off now. We're going to go on a break. We're going to take, whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, we're going to watch some TV, we're going to snuggle. And then when we're ready to come back, we're going to do way better. Because like the energy has to be there. So once you realize like my mental is fucked right now, I need a break. You got to take the break. You got to take care of yourself. Like when you are the product, like you have to maintain the product. When I started, I had no experience with video editing or photo editing or even like videotaping or photographing myself, honestly. Like I'm really not, it's funny, like I'm really not one to take many like nudes or anything like that. So I never really had like a backlog to like, oh, let me, so it's always like an effort to do the photo shoot. So it always kind of felt overwhelming. I don't know, like every one of those steps and bits I had slowly done over the course of the last year. And just like in the last few weeks, it was able to kind of all come together. And especially since like I felt guilty because like I had literally posted nothing on my OnlyFans for like 4 or 5 months or something like that. And then suddenly I was getting subs because like I was on my girlfriend's account. And I was like, well, shit, I have like these 4 subscribers. Like they paid for this. I should give them something. Like I felt bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And once I started posting like every day, like because it forced me to get more creative, like I was like, okay, I guess I'll learn how to make an Instagram reel. And some of my early ones are like, gosh, I still think they're cringy. I don't really get that format. But like force myself to do it once with something that's just following a trend. And then like you keep doing another one, you get like, oh, well, this would be kind of a fun idea. And since you did all like the dumb shit beforehand, like now you actually have some know-how on how to cut together what you actually want to do. You're getting more ideas. So then like my personality comes out more. And I would say in the last 2 weeks, I went it's honestly become kind of overwhelming. I went from 4 subscribers 2 weeks ago to I have like well over 70 now.
In 2 weeks?
And like, yeah, in 2 weeks. And that's not counting like, I'm just finally got approved on like Fansly, like starting to grow that, working on growing out my Instagram and Twitter and gonna focus on TikTok eventually. But video content like that is just like, I'm like, I'll get around to it. I'll figure that out eventually. Went on, met some other people online that were doing similar stuff. Decided to take an impromptu trip to go visit one of them. And that's what I'm doing this week is that, me and another creator are working together and we've made some like incredible content and like learning how to edit it together. And also now I'm selling the videos, like, the 15-minute videos that we made together that I edited and made teasers for. They're selling great. And I'm like, oh shit, I can fucking do this. Like, let's go. And I don't know, it's more fun now too, because like one, I still have my like don't have to do it right now. I can turn down people if I don't want to do it. And I don't worry about it. Like if I don't want to do something, I'm just gonna say no. Like I don't care. Or like on Reddit's like started refusing to post in certain subreddits that like I thought were disrespectful or reductionist, and that's working out okay and fine because like the people, it means like also now like when I started, I felt like I was changing myself for my audience, and that was really reductionist and like dehumanizing. And now I'm like, no, I'm just gonna be me, and now I'm building an audience that really just like is like wants like my energy, and it allows me to like do things that are just like my own like off the walls. Like half the time on OnlyFans, I'm talking to my fans about like One Piece or video games and stuff like that now. Like, I'll probably open a Discord channel soon so we can like do watch parties or like play video games together or something like that.
So again, to go back, like you said, it all came together.
Right.
You had all that experience, the experience came in, and also like your mental state,
Yes.
right? Like that's it. Your
Yeah, you got
experience
to
came
protect
in,
that.
your mental, and like you just like basically you just said, fuck it, and I'm just gonna be me and just
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and people
I mean, to
responded.
simplify, I mean, that's just simplifying it. You know
Oh
what I
no,
mean? Because
by all means simplify. I
it's,
can be
well, no, that's
very verbose.
simplifying it. Well, no, that's simplifying it because, like that takes a lot of work, like you said, like,
Yeah.
like getting to editing and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, like it's one of those things like people like, like it's common now for people to say like, oh, sex work is work, but I still don't think they really understand like what the work is. Like most of my time is spent networking and editing and marketing and stuff like that. Like it's all like keeping up with your online presence and your brand.
Yeah.
Like I really only need to shoot video like once, like 2 hours once a week, maybe.
Yes, that's a big thing, I think. Like people don't realize, like the majority of your time is doing
Yeah,
exactly what you said, like the
right.
marketing and, learning how
Yeah,
to edit videos, for
yeah,
each platform, which is a huge pain in
exact.
the
Yeah, you gotta
ass.
learn each platform. Like, I would am mostly active on Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter, but honestly, I only really because I'm a longtime Reddit user. I understand Reddit, so that's where my energy goes. But Reddit, if you don't know Reddit, is the most esoteric and difficult to work with social media ever to figure out how to get started with. I just was lucky because I knew it, but one thing I'd also recommend is like I took a poll. Like once I started saw people coming in, I put a poll on and pinned it to figure out where people were coming from. And it was for me, it was all Reddit. It was like Reddit and a few people from back in my Chatterbait days, which I'll probably go back to. I've got some fun ideas for it. Like I just gotta get my setup going again.
So real quick, what is like? Do you have a main platform? Is
My main platform right now is OnlyFans, but I do want to get back to streaming because like really like what I thrive on is like the very sociable, personable girl next door vibe. And like that's my favorite part too is interacting with the people that like me. Like that's like my best times on Chatterbait were always when we were just talking. What I probably really want to do is I want to start doing streams directly to my OnlyFans because it gives me a lot more flexibility. Me and my girlfriend used to play like Bloodborne when we were bored on Chatterbait, but we couldn't stream it because you can't do that on Chatterbait. But people would want to see it all the time. I'm like, well, why don't I just stream on Chatterbait for a couple hours and then have an after show where they can just hang out with me while like I game or like do whatever on my OnlyFans afterwards and kind of treat like Chatterbait is something I do like once, maybe twice a week to like meet new people and draw them in. But then like the real time to like hang out and like get more creative or fun for like based on like a smaller community that's already invested, we'll do on like my personal platform.
so wait a minute. Wait, get back to because like in the last 2 weeks, you said everything blew up, and that's on OnlyFans, right?
That's on OnlyFans right now.
Okay. So what was it, a certain post that like started everything
Yeah,
rolling, or
I don't really know exactly if it was a specific post. I think it was actually weirdly enough more of my safe for work stuff on Reddit because like I started with like only doing like posting like in like all the porn subreddits. And, like I did okay. It's tricky because I want to like not overwhelm the spaces with like sex work, but like in a lot of like transgender like beauty subreddits and stuff like that. There were like settlers that I started posting there, and that's really when I saw things really picking up. It was like from
yeah,
like cutesy pictures of me of like just like looking like cute and fun and like having a nice time and like fun outfits.
on
Um,
Reddit?
on Reddit,
On
yeah,
Reddit,
and
and that brought people over to your
yeah, because
OnlyFans?
people would want to see more of me, and then they'd go to my like my profile on Reddit, and then they'd see the not safe for work stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, she's like." The more I leaned into fun and sexy at the same time, the more success I saw. Like, yeah, the more things I do that's me having fun, the better I'm doing. And so like I'm just gonna start like I'm starting just to get goofier with it. Like I know like some of the videos I want to start working on once I get home is like I'm gonna do like bookshelf videos, like just going through like all my bookshelves and nerding out about them. I've already teased that to people and they're excited to see it. Like I might probably do like a safe work version, then also like have a version where I'm in it and less clothes.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like that seems to be what's working for me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could really see like as long as the sex part's fun for me, like, I'm gonna keep doing it. But I could easily see a point where like I could easily just like be doing like YouTube and like Twitch and stuff like that and be doing just fine.
Do you ever feel like guilt, like, ah, man, like I hope they don't think I'm like faking or like, because I'm trying to be
Yeah,
genuine. Like,
yeah, like
never.
yeah, it crosses my mind. I tried to pretend a lot more when I first started. Like I wanted to have more of a persona, and I found that it just really doesn't work for me. Like there's a few elements of my life that I try to keep just to myself, just for keep work and life separate. I find that once people actually pay you and go to OnlyFans or like are paying you on Chatterbait, they kind of know what's going on. Like it pains me because I really want to talk to everyone, but I've really gotten to the point like if you're not paying me or catching my interest, like if you message me on Reddit and you get my interest, yeah, I'll talk to you. It's the people that aren't paying that I think they think that that's something the thing, it's weird. People will treat it like it's a dating. I've had to tell people like they'll ask like, "Oh, can I be your boyfriend? Can I take you on a date?" I'm like, "No. What are you doing trying to matchmake on porn subreddits? Like, this isn't a dating site. I'm trying to make money. This is my job, motherfucker."
But like, I'm just gonna go straight out of the gate, but I wanted to know, like, how did you build such a strong following on your Instagram? Did you go viral? Like,
that's a loaded question.
I know,
I
right?
love it. I was thinking about this one last night, and I don't think I can just give you one straight out answer. I feel like that's a lot of time what we want to hear, like one straight out, this is how I did it.
No, they come in chunks. I get it.
Trial and error. So originally I started creating content 2 years ago. A little bit after my 19th birthday, I was like, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the next Sophie Rain. But content was not working for me. OnlyFans, I had tried to do the OnlyFans thing. It wasn't working for me. So I actually ended up trying Fansly because I could actually understand how to work the platform. But the content, I wasn't making any money. It wasn't, what I expected it to be. So I had started looking into webcamming because I know that webcamming is more like virtual stripping because you get your money right then and right there. Like what you make on stream is what you're gonna make. With content, it's a little bit different because it's literally is clearly based on if you go viral. Like it's go viral. So I was just like, it sounds a lot better, and it sounds like I wouldn't mind doing both. So I started webcamming. I tried Chatterbait first. Chatterbait was pretty cool. Like Chatterbait is kind of how like I got my footing on how camming works. I watched so many girls, and then I actually ended up migrating to a fan base. When I migrated to fan base, I probably didn't even have 300 followers. I've always had like a couple followers on my personal family friendly page, like maybe 1,000, but no, I had created a separate page, and so I'll say I'll start it from the bottom.
That's all right. That's all you need to do. That's grassroots.
With going live like organically on Fanbase, I'm not sure if y'all have ever heard of it. It's like an app. It's kind of like Clapper. Have y'all heard of Clapper?
Oh, I love Clapper.
Yes, it's kind of like Clapper.
Clapper's like a knockoff TikTok.
Yes, it's like freaky, not safe for work TikTok.
It's a primitive TikTok, but I got the most views I've ever gotten on a video was off of Clapper.
Really? I'm actually first starting to like really like get it to work for real. I love it.
It's good. It's a good tool.
Yes. But yeah, I started going live.
But Fanbase I haven't heard of. Have you heard of StreamMate?
StreamMate. Yes, I have. I have.
It's like Chatterbait, but a little less. Yeah, it's a little less clusterfuck than Chatterbait.
Okay. But yeah, so long story short, I started my fan base, and it went great because I kind of had somebody to walk me through how to do it. It's basically you bring in people from, other sources like Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. They join the group, they gift to stay in the group and for you to do specific actions, just like a regular cam session.
So you said it's an app too, the fan base?
It's an app.
I gotta check it out.
It was so easy for me to understand because it was an app. Because most not safe for work platforms, like Apple doesn't do it whatsoever. But it's a private app. In order for you to get like on the app, you have to have a specific link. So the link only lasts 24 hours. I put it in my beacons. I think I'm at like 3.5 thousand people there now. I think.
Dang, girl, that's good exposure.
Don't quote me. I started with 300 people. I was gonna get to like how I got fans. It was kind of actually crazy. So I got my fan base going. We're good. I made my first $1,000. After like 2 months, like I went in for 2 months. I watched all the YouTube videos I could. I watched y'all. This other page is super old.
I was gonna say you really did your homework, and I'm proud you found us because we don't have like that many views on YouTube, but we are talking about some real stuff.
Yes, so much. And I didn't honestly see any real results until I stayed down. I'll say a month. Like I'll say I didn't start seeing any real money until Like I really was consistent for that entire month.
Oh,
So
man. Dang
but
it.
yeah,
Somebody called
so
me.
let me kind of like regroup. We started streaming on fan base, doing great. I kind of got a little comfortable with it, but what I was doing to maximize my earnings was I was going live, screen recording. What I would do, I would screen record all of my lives, because normally when we go live, we lose a lot of our streams. So I would screen record them and then repost them on Fansly, and that's kind of how I started to grow a little bit more with my video content. And it opened up a whole nother stream, because it's not only like just regular content. I'm making money off of streams that I've done, 2-3 hour streams, $100.
Smart, right? Yeah.
It'll be a lot of the time people miss the lives because they're at work doing their thing. They'd be like, dang, I missed the live. That's really why I started doing it. Everybody would miss the lives. And that's kind of how I got my footing, like with content. It's like a nice in the middle. I feel like a lot of people choose one or the other, but I kind of got a nice footing right in the middle, and it kind of worked. Until it slowed up. I felt like that was the end all do all.
I don't know if you heard Heather, but she
No.
said something that was really fucking smart. She screen records. You say, why am I saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go back.
If you could
Back
repeat it,
for me if you don't
because
mind.
it's really. I want you to repeat it, because it's something that people should do, because it's really smart.
Definitely. So basically all of my my regulars would miss my live because they'll be at work or just doing life stuff. So I just started screen recording my lives. And then I put that on Fansly, and that's kind of how I got like my first little 1,000 followers on Fansly.
That is fucking brilliant. You're like duplicating you're like making your content go farther. That is
and that's kind of
genius.
Being that when you webcam, a lot of times people get caught in between. Like they either want to be a content creator or webcam. And it's kind of hard to do both. I kind of thought, I don't have to do any content. I'm on cam all the time. So I just screen recorded it, and I didn't really have to make as much video content to promote, because I had all of these hours.
That is a genius move right there, for real.
From Jade Allure, what advice do you wish you had when you start camming?
Ooh, that's a good one. I wish somebody would have told me to stick in there. And I feel like people did definitely tell me that, but I wish I kind of got it. Like I wish I didn't just take that as regular advice, that the advice you see on the YouTube preview, on the YouTube ads. Go do this and you'll make $1 million. I wish I really genuinely believed in myself a little bit more at first, but you do have to bump your head. I did spend a lot of time researching, so I will say at the beginning, do as much research as possible. Watch more videos than you'll ever need. I won't say buy anybody's course, because all the information you need is free. I'm not gonna lie. Don't waste your money. I bought a couple courses. I wasted my money. I tried to make a couple courses. I can give it to you for free. I don't even care, because I know how it is when you're first starting. The information they give you is so vague, and it's like they give you information on how to start, but not really how to do it. I will say, but I understand now that I'm a little bit bigger why. It's not just the one straightforward answer. A lot of my followers did come from the fact that I went viral, but that is a one in a fucking, I won't say a million, but it doesn't happen every day. A lot of the times you're not gonna go viral. Like that's just the truth of it. And if you're not prepared for that, to stick in there, that took 2 years for me to go get one viral video. So if you're not ready to stick in there, then might not be for you.
But also with that though, because you went viral, you're getting a lot of people from it, but you
gotta keep going.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to keep grow, but
right.
You're still you're putting in the work. Like you got regulars, you got you're building up. Like it's one thing to just go viral. Like you could go viral and then what do you do after?
Know what to do with. And that's important. Learning how to, because followers don't mean anything if you don't know how to turn it into currency. Like I see followers every time I see get a new like. I'm not thinking about the like itself or the followers itself. I'm thinking about conversion rates. I'm looking at them clicks. I'm trying to see how many people click the link. But yeah, like definitely it's not just, we put the work in, it's not just going viral. It's like I said, it's been 2 years of hard work and dedication. Like, yeah, definitely. Just stay consistent. I'll say that's my biggest thing. And also network. Don't be scared to talk to people. Talking to people, it definitely helps because it helps you get other opinions. I know for the longest I used to have like my like I said, I had like fans when I first started that used to help me, kind of became my friends. But I would ask sometimes. I had this one guy, he had his own like poly thing going on. He's more of like an alternative guy, so I never felt weird like showing him stuff because I know he not studying me. He like the same thing I like. But from a male's perspective, a lot of the time, if you are a female, we need to see things out of the male gaze. So if you do have a boyfriend or a guy friend that you feel comfortable with them looking at your stuff and you don't have an agency or anything, listen, having those outside ears give you genuine information and not taking it personal. Like, I used to be horrible and use filters on everything, and he used to tell me, why the fuck are you using them filters? It's lowering your content quality. Get rid of it. When I got rid of the filters, it helped my analytics. I actually started doing better. I feel like we a lot of times take a lot of good constructive, but a lot of times we should do it. A lot of the times just overthinking will stop us from growth. And I feel like listening to people and actually talking to to my community, it actually helped. It helped me grow, and I am where I am now because of them. So you gotta listen to what your people like, especially if you're niche based. Like, definitely.
Yeah, asking questions, that's so important. So important. Asking questions. And also, I mean, you said it earlier, but research. You're a big research person. I love research.
I'm in
That's
nursing school. I ain't got no choice.
right.
Yeah, and also being a student, like, and doing it as well, it's like different because a lot of girls that cam, I've realized, like, a lot of the time that's their full-time job. And with webcamming, that's how you make your money. A lot of the times, if you're not sitting on live more than an hour, you're not gonna make any real money. And when you are working or in school, I 1000% understand like how you don't have time to go live or sit there on live. Because before I started school, I could go live for 6 hours, maybe even 12 hours. I think that's the longest I did, 12 hours. And, cool. But now I be struggling to find 30 minutes to go live because I'm so busy. But yeah.
So what's your main platform is OnlyFans, right?
Yes. Yeah, I would say my main platform is OnlyFans. And lately, yeah, I got this question too from my guy recently. But like, I mean, a lot of my stuff lately has been direct sales from clients that I've built. Like, I have their numbers. Literally. Like, people that have tipped me large amounts. I was telling my friend or my boyfriend about this. That literally, like, I save everyone that has tipped me a large amount in my phone with a $sign next to their name. So now when I go search for $sign, I've got a whole list, and I'll be like, directly, I've got new content. I was telling you a little bit about it earlier. I used to use Snapchat for this because that's the best platform to kind of mass DM people, right? And send out a slew of things to a bunch of your lists of contacts or whatever. But granted, they device ban you. I do have a new Snapchat, but it requires me to use another device, which is just, I'm done with it. I just get people on my direct line, or if I don't want them to have my direct phone number, I'll give them my free text app phone number, and it appears that it's a real number.
Smart. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is interesting now. So
that way I won't get the notifications. I can always go to hide alerts too from these creeps, but it's fine.
Wait a minute. So you give them your number?
If they've tipped me large amounts, yes, I do. I want to keep up with those people. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds smart, but like, are they like always hitting you up or?
Nope. I'll pretty much be cleared. Like, unless you're tipping, then it's,
Right.
I'm a blunt person like that, and they know not to hit up my direct line unless they have they know I'm about my money, Gary.
I guess you have to be pretty blunt to do this, to give your number out to,
I mean, honestly, I do it because I know I can always just block someone too if they really get annoying or whatever. But these people, again, it's going to be hard for me to block them with the amounts of money that they have sent or do send. I don't just give everybody my number, trust me. But it's easier for me now lately you know, with the Snapchat ban and all of that. That's what I was using to communicate with people. I'll just use that free text app, or I'll use my real number for the cash cows.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense. But yeah, in order to do that, you have to be direct and blunt with them. Like you got to
Absolutely.
fucking put them in place.
Yeah, you're right, because otherwise my phone would be dinging all day. It would literally blow up and I would just kill myself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So something like that is not for some submissive little bitch. That's, you know, you're like,
No,
that's not going to work.
they know
Yeah.
the rules. They know the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That I've never heard that before. That's so interesting.
I do things a little different, you know. It's what's easy for me. Which reminds me, I need to put some more decals on my car. I just got a new car,
So,
and I always have
oh,
my fans link on there just for shock value, because I get a lot of subscribers from doing that.
no shit.
People can't believe I would actually have the balls to put that on my car, and they're like, "Let me go see what she's about."
Yeah.
So I
What do
just
you
got
do? Like
a car last week, so I got to get my other sticker.
oh, wait. Wait.
And I had another idea too to share with the ladies. This is, you know, maybe you can like chop this part, but I had a brilliant marketing idea too. Is like get some stickers with my link, or like a little business card even with my link, and go to like a men's coat or pants store. Just drop them in the pockets, all of them. Yeah.
Oh shit. That's yeah.
That's a marketing genius for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get stickers and put them on like road signs. I'm not recommending that to anybody because that's illegal, but I'm doing it. So
Yeah, and yeah, if there's some way to track it too, like you track like a special link or some shit, QR code, whatever, where you can track it and see like, oh shit, this, you know, see if it's actually working, where they're
right,
coming from.
that would be
That'd be
smart. That would be super smart. I know. Yeah, just to analyze that info, that's super smart. Because sometimes I do like polls on my OnlyFans. I'll be like, where did you find me? And then I'll do like a list, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. But like, that's just a general census. You know, it's not definitive. Like if I had the QR code on that card, it would actually track. You know, that's smart too.
It's real important. Yeah, because I mean, I hear it all the time. Like it's important to find, like, you know where your peoples are coming from and everything. And that's I hate fucking asking questions.
It
like
is
that.
important
Like,
to know that. That way you can focus your energy on that.
yes. Yeah. Because then that way you know where they're coming from and everything. And fucking, because that's my it's always been my fucking downfall. I never ask like feedback's important. Like
It is.
what's
That's clutch.
what's actually working, like I don't know. Like for instance, the girl we were supposed to interview today, she she said that she was watching this podcast like before she even started, and she got a lot of knowledge from you guys, from all the stuff that you guys were, sharing and everything. And then she got into it, and it's been a year. My point is, I never ask questions. Like I never ask, like I should put it out there. Like, hey, where are you seeing the show? Like, what are you watching it or listening to it on or whatever? Shit like that.
Right.
Even with my pervert Pete stuff, I never ask questions. Ask questions. It's fucking important, I think.
It is fucking important.
I want to hype people up. I want people to realize that there are bad things that happen in the world. There's bad things that happen in this industry, but there's also some really great things. I'm able to work outside of this industry because I learned social media, because I learned websites, because I learned how to video, because I learned how to edit, because I learned social media management, because I learned digital marketing. Like all of the things that I learned through the adult industry have given me the skills and the ability to work as an entrepreneur outside of the adult entertainment industry. When you start like wrapping your head around, I'm not just a sex worker, and you really see the potential and you realize like what a badass person you are, that's what I want to do. I want to hype you up and make you like just really see what you're capable of. So I don't know what you got to do next, but you're going to kill that shit.
I hope everyone takes that and like fucking hears what you just said, because that's really well said.
Thank you.
And it fucking hyped me up. So if it's not hyping anyone else up, I don't know. They better fucking re-listen to what you just said because it's hyping me up.
I mean,
Seriously,
you know,
I'm ready fucking.
I'm not for everybody. I get it. My sheer existence pisses people off sometimes, but it is what it is. That's a you problem, not a me problem. So,
well,
those,
like,
do what?
hey, like Easy said, I say fuck them. That's it.
You know,
Leave it at that.
that's definitely from the the words of a wisdom or wise person. Yes, fuck them. Like, I can't live for everyone else. It's like, you know, I'm a Gen Xer and we live in times where people are ultra sensitive. They feel the need to like pigeonhole everything and everything needs to have a diagnosis and everything needs to be categorized. And I'm just like, I'm from Gen X. You just said what the fuck you said and you just kept it pushing. So people now are pretty sensitive, but you know what? Like you said, fuck them. I can't, I do my best to be to deliver the information and to deliver the knowledge in a way that's understanding to most. But I'm sure there's people out there that, you know, but like you said,
do not have an open mind. They don't have an open mind. That's it. Like, just open your mind up to shit. Like, you're not, like, you know, like you said earlier, we're not perfect. We don't fucking know everything. Like, I always, like, I don't know, like, you know, like you see stupid people, like, you know, a stupid person when you see a stupid person or hear a stupid person. But, like, you know, it'd be like, all right, whatever with that. But, like, I don't fucking know everything. Like, I love information. I love learning things. Like, just open your mind to shit. You might fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you might fucking, you know, like, you might just hear, like, hearing what you just said, like, that fucking, like, hyped me up to do some other shit. And, you know, so I want to fucking do it, you know?
I'm going to say this. After the things that I went through over the course of the last few years, it was not easy to re-enter into this space. It was very difficult. It's hard when you know that people are talking shit. You know, it's hard when you hurt people. You know, it's hard when you have to face your fuck ups, you know? It's like going to someone, like, it's like going to your partner after you cheated and having that conversation where the partner's going to tell you how that, you know, like, you know, they're going to tell you that you fucked up. You know, they're going to tell you how much it hurt them. It's not an easy conversation to have. So I'm sharing this with you because it's not easy to come back and face what could possibly, you know, and there have been things that have been said online that I'm just like, whatever, you know, because I feel like the point of why I'm saying this is that you can either approach things from a point of positivity where you're trying to like fix something, or you're either a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. If you're perpetually talking about negative things or you're approaching things from a negative perspective, then you can't expect positive results. You just can't. It's like continuously pouring oil into water and expecting to have, you know, crystal clear water. Like, it's not going to happen. But if you go into that and you do your best to put positive water into the cup, then the likeliness that oil will be in there is a lot less likely because you're trying to be positive. And that's basically the message that I'm sending is like, it's not easy. It's, you know, I'm totally anxious about going to Chicago. I know that there are people there that I'm not looking forward to seeing, but at the same time, you know, I'm a badass bitch and I refuse to be silenced. I refuse to let anybody steal my light, and I'm just going to keep shining because I know that internally I have good intentions and I know that I mean to do well. And even though sometimes it doesn't always come across the right way or it gets mixed up in other things, then, you know, I'm just going to learn from my mistakes and do better going forward. So that's the point. So get hyped up. Get your ass on cam. Do what you got to do. Make your movie, whatever project you're working on, do it. And at least you can say you tried. At least you could say you tried. And that's what's happening now. It's like I may decide in a few weeks after all of these things that, you know, I maybe this isn't for me anymore. It could happen. Or I could be like, you know what? I'm doing what I love to do and I'm helping. Even if it's just one person out there, I'm doing what I love to do, and that's what's important. So I had made a screen name that had Platinum Puzzy in it. I said, I'm going to come back as Platinum Puzzy. Nobody knows it's me. So I get to be incognito. So I leave and I come back as this Platinum Puzzy person. And the pictures that I have are a little bit more provocative than the ones on my regular profile, but you can't see my face. So you wouldn't know that it was me. Let me tell you, when I stopped the chat completely, and all the guys were like, who is this? And I was just being totally like, I took the conversation from whatever they were talking about to, we need to know who this platinum girl is. And I stole the attention of all the guys. When I had to come up with my name for the industry, I was like, that's the name, because it stopped the entire chat. And the dudes went crazy. They didn't care who I was. I could have been 1,000,000 pounds. The name made them so like squirrel that whatever the fight was before didn't even exist anymore. And when I saw how powerful that was, I was like, yeah, that's the name. So that's how Platinum Puzzy came about.
That's fucking, oh my God. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant, man. Yeah, that's like just a perfect fucking name. It's like, you know, it's dirty, but it's, you know, it's like, yeah, Puzzy.
Well, I did it with Z's.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Puzzy.
I did it with
You know what I
Z's, and a
mean?
lot of people
Yeah.
have speculated. And to be honest with you, it was during the time that search engines were coming out. And I knew that if you put in the 2 S's, you were going to find everything but me. So I was like, I have to find a way to make myself different and stand out. So I added the Z's. And this is during the time where Snoop Dogg was like, for shizzle, you know, like, so I was like, yeah, we're going to take those S's out and replace them with Z's. And then one of my friends came up with this tagline that says, the pussy's so good it puts you to sleep. That's why you got Z's in your name. And I'm like, oh, yes, genius. So.
Yeah, I fucking love that, man. That's
so let me tell you what this, so for people that are watching, if you are in the business, whether you're a cam girl or you got your OF page or whatever it is that you have, the point of this conversation is if you are branding yourself or getting started, or you want to rebrand yourself, come up with a name that is so clever and is such an attention grabber that it almost doesn't even matter what you look like, because the name in itself is a game stopper. It's such an intricate part of your brand, and people don't realize that when they're coming up with their names. And it's like, you know, I saw someone that was talking about their name has something to do with Lindsay Lohan, but it's like something hand, and that's their brand. Is like they're like big on HJs. And are we allowed to say the word?
Yeah, hand jobs. What?
Yeah, hand jobs. Okay,
yeah,
I'm used to podcasts. You know,
like,
you have to dumb everything down, and you can't say everything outright. But yeah, so her
like
whole
Handy
niche,
Manny.
her whole niche is hand jobs, and I was like, yo, that's brilliant. That's so brilliant. So that's the advice that I have for people out there is when you're coming up with your name, or if you're not really happy with your name, rebrand. Think of something catchy. Think of something that's going to capture attention and, you know, rebrand. Do it. So.
Yeah, go check out, see if Handy Mandy's available. You know,
that's great.
That's right, Handy Mandy.
Yeah, I love that. You know, that's really like when I'm perusing through people's social media, those are the things that capture my attention. Are like I saw the other day, Josefina Baker. And I was like, Josefina, because I love stuff with ho in it. I call myself now the midlife mentor, and it's mentor with WHORE. I'm the midlife mentor. So
nice. Yeah, definitely. Branding is so fucking important. And plus it could be fun, you know, depending on what you come up with and shit, and you can, you know, like create off of that, you know.
That's what I'm good at. I'm great at marketing. If I had to say, you know, a lot of people have asked me like, what would be the key to your success and like the longevity of your career? And I would definitely say that the ability to recreate myself, or not being afraid to abandon the things that don't work for me and take on new things to see if those stick. One of the things I will say is that I don't normally cam under Platinum Puzzy. And the reason for that is because the guys that come and see me usually want to talk about the time that I was shooting porn. And because when I'm live on cams, you know, I'm not there to chat about my career, like unless they're spending money, and typically they're not. They just are asking questions because they're like, oh, she's live. My most successful cam personality that I created is Mega MILF. And Mega MILF is just the housewife next door who happened to find Chatterbait on one of her computers, and how it got there. Oh my gosh, it had to be the nanny. And I'm just a random housewife that got curious and jumped on Chatterbait, and nobody knows. Shh. And I'm out here, you know, I'm married to my high school sweetheart, and we've got, you know, 50 kids, not really, but you know, we've got a house full of kids, and I'm just the housewife that cooks and cleans and runs the family business. And my husband doesn't spend a lot of time with me because he's in his man cave playing Call of Duty. And I've got these kids running around, and I get on Chatterbait. I sneak on Chatterbait because I need some MILF time. I need some, hold on. I need some, you know, like grown woman time. And the guys, and I did it just because I was getting on cam as Platinum.
Oh my God.
And I was seeing like no results. And I'm like, how can I be an OG, a legend, a trailblazer? And I get on cam and I'm not successful. And it's because, first of all, I wasn't really on cam consistently. But beyond that, the only thing people were interested in talking about was my porn career because that was my name. And it's like, okay, well, one day I got creative and decided to be a nobody. And it was the best thing I ever did. I made more money camming as a nobody than I ever did as Platinum Puzzy. So, you know, let that be a lesson to putting a little, like, as much as branding is important, so is coming up with the storyline and having, you know, the presentation. And the thing that made Mega MILF so popular was that I would get on cam and literally my husband would be next to me, which obviously he knew he married Platinum. But I would be like, shh, don't tip, you're good. Oh, and I'd have the lush inside, and I would be like, oh, you're gonna get me caught. And he'd be like, so he knew the game, and the game would be like, he'd be like, what are you doing, what's wrong? And I would be like cha-ching, you know, like every time the token noise would go off, I'd be like, oh, I'm playing slot machines. And he'd be like, but why are you like acting like that? And I'm like, oh, because I'm so excited that I won. And he'd be like, okay. Now, mind you, he knows what's going on, but he found it absolutely fascinating that people were like getting into it, and like they got to a point where they would spend so many tokens because they were trying to get me to, you know, be caught. And he would be over there laughing his ass off, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
Dude, that sounds like so much fucking fun.
Until I got caught. Then I was like, fuck. But
because I guess it's like with stalkers, like if you accidentally interact with them without even knowing, and they fucking like they're obsessed with you and shit. I guess that's because these guys, you don't want to do that. They'll come to you. They'll, oh shit, yeah, because they'll remember that you blocked them, and then you'll make your your animal sanctuary.
Yeah.
They'll come and rape all your animals. Teach you a lesson, right?
Yeah, luckily my horse not kept on my property.
Oh, good. That's good at least. But yeah, so like, speaking of like stalkers, you get like obsessive clients.
Yeah, I never had a stalker like out and about trying to find me. But online, I've had a few that I've had to just step away from, or like customers like constantly telling me, oh, why aren't you replying? Why aren't you replying? You're not paying me to reply. I reply in my free time. Yeah, I feel that I've got a little bit obsessive. Yeah, I just draw a line and just ignore them. They normally go away.
Right.
So yeah, luckily nothing's got further than that. But
so like if you see so like if you see a guy like getting like, you see like they're starting to cross a line, do you put them in their place like right then, or? I'll
tell them, if they're getting too pushy, like, look, if you want my time, you pay to chat. This isn't a dating site. This is my job. Yeah, I will be pretty blunt with them.
Yeah, it seems like a good tactic to take because if you get
Yeah,
a little, you stay off of that shit, they'll pounce on you.
yeah,
Keep
that's
on
understandable.
it, right?
Especially people that you don't. There's a few people that I do trust, like with my life on there. Like I've built up a few good friendships from it all. But people that don't respect me, don't really trust. You know, when you just get a vibe about people, don't you? So
Right.
yeah, if they start getting pushy, it's a no.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I know a lot of girls that they just like fucking leave it and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. And then when do you call it a line? When do you say stop? Yeah, then they're past the point of caring that they've said stop and they just carry on anyway, don't they?
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just easier. The quicker you fucking pounce on it, quicker it's over. You fucking move on. You got other shit to do.
Yeah, but there's a few that still pop up that keep making another Telegram or a Twitter account. And I'll see their username pop up. I'm like, I've already banned you 3 times. Go. Yeah, they'll just keep making other accounts up just to come back and just like my post for a little bit of a weigh in. And I'm like, no, bye.
And they let you know it's them.
They know. I think they know what they're doing. Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
Or they'll message me saying, "Hey, it's me." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. You're blocked. Bye." I just won't reply. Yeah, a no reply is better than anything sometimes.
That's fucking weird. Because like just to think
Mm.
about that, like so he does whatever, and then you ban him, and like he goes out of his way to make a new fucking thing and be
Yeah,
checking your shit out and then trying to talk to you and shit like that. I don't know. That's a weird way to think.
yeah. That's when you know they're getting a little bit obsessive.
Yeah.
If you go out your way to set up another account to come back and try and, or I don't know if it's intimidation, coming, liking all my posts, commenting on them all, and I don't know why they
They
do that.
they definitely want your attention, but
Mm.
how? Like what is their
Yeah.
that's weird.
Maybe it's trying to get a reaction out of me. I think a lot of guys like the reaction thing.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's just a no. I'll just ignore them.
Yeah, that sounds like the smartest thing to do.
Yeah,
Just ignore that shit, let it go away, because like that's what I'm pretty sure. Like overall, no matter what it is they want, at the top, they want your attention. But for what?
yeah.
So
Even
yeah,
if it's just a message saying, "I blocked you. What are you doing back?" They love that message. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because they got your
It's got
attention.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah,
All of it's just so weird because
it is. It's
it's
messed up.
yeah. I wonder what I don't know. I'm just curious about the mentality behind that. Like why? Like why waste your fucking time doing this? Like
I
is it
know
exciting or what? I don't know. It's just waste of time.
it is. Yeah, obviously nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, do you get a lot of that? Like in your normal day, do you deal with a lot of I don't know. I don't know what a lot is anyway, but like a lot of of that type of
Well,
shit, or
yeah.
where you got to put people in their place.
No, a lot of my subscribers on OnlyFans are quite they're all pretty awesome really. Most of them won't even chat. I'll put a message out saying hi and I'll get about 2 back. Out of I think I have about 180 subscribers at the minute. But yeah, none of them really chat day to day. A few will. I mean that's not a bad thing because they just join to look at my content and stay. That's okay with me.
I wanted to ask you because one of the quotes you have, I think it's on your OnlyFans.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, it's real simple. It's I'm an independent creator, no management. Why do
That's
you
right.
have? Yeah. Now, why do you feel the need to put that?
Because this day and age, everybody has management teams working for them. Look, not everyone. I don't know everyone. And the reason why I have put that is because in the past I have had somebody looking after my account for a little bit, and they fucked me over really badly, and to the point of that, it was really bad. And look, I'm not saying all management teams out there are bad, because I do know, and I'm friends with somebody that works at a really good one. They're reputable, they've built themselves up a really good name, and they do a really good job at what they do. but I'm really connected to my brand. Like, and because I'm a cam model, it's different when you're on screen talking to fans constantly. It's not like these people don't know you or don't have any sense of relationship or built any relationship with you that are generally on my OnlyFans. Like, it's very rare that, you know, somebody has come to my OnlyFans that's not really seen me on cam or has an idea of who I am. So being that connected, I feel like I have, you know, like I take it really like really seriously when it comes to like providing a service that's genuine and that's me. And I feel like there's a lot, and I've got a lot of people on my OnlyFans, and I am finding it really difficult to be able to deal with so many messages that I just don't get back to them. I feel rude about it, but at the end of the day, I can't possibly get, I'm the worst at admin. Like, I'm really bad. And so like the only thing that I will and that I am looking at sort of doing is having like maybe an assistant, but even being transparent about it, that they're not talking to me, just to write back to the random little things just for requests and stuff like that, so that those things get fulfilled without me missing it in amongst hundreds of other messages and shit like that. But also being completely transparent, because otherwise you are literally talking to people that are overseas or that are bots. Bots are big, and I don't mind. Look, and I'm not saying the bots are bad completely, because if, say, there's a link to one of my videos or something, and you have like an automatic bot that, you know, sort of works and triggers by like somebody actually typing something because they want that video, that pay-per-view, things like that, that works really well. I feel like I haven't got that set up, but I feel like that's okay, because it's not, they know they're not asked it. They're literally, it says in the line, you know, like type this and you'll get that video. But when it comes to speaking to somebody that's not actually that person, and then people paying for this, unless they know, I think that's really unfair. And yeah,
Yeah, no, that makes total
in a
sense.
long-winded
Like,
way.
well, if you keep it, like, especially for you, like how you sound like you want to keep things, like if you have that assistant to just like, you know, put out videos or,
Yeah.
you know, like
And
just
genuinely just be
shit
like,
like
hey, yeah,
that.
no worries. She's available between this time and this time for a video call or something like that. Because, and then at least they know that they're not speaking to me, but they know that they're, you know, like they're actually being looked after, and I give a shit about them really at the end of the day, because I do care.
Right. For like the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the business side of it, like just putting out, you know, getting a video out to
Yeah,
someone, you know, but
exactly.
like with the personal stuff, you want that to stay personal.
Absolutely. And I feel like, and
It
really,
sounds like a good
obviously,
idea.
it is, and I feel like, you know, that way at least you're being transparent with people. They know exactly what is going on. They know that they're not speaking to you. They understand that they can speak to them and be like, oh yeah, I want to pay per view, or, you know, do you have any custom content that's like, or has she got any that's like that? And then they could get back to them and be like, yeah, she does. Yeah, this is what she thought. But when it comes to like obviously time, and also my time, when it comes to a video call or any sexting or anything like that that happens, I'm not the best at sexting. I'm more of a voice person. Like, I'm much easier to just a voice to text, because it's like it's done. Because I just like, I'm like, well, what am I writing? I'll just talk dirty to you instead. It's much easier. But like that, obviously, you know, like it's also my job. So obviously I earn an income from this. So it also will filter out a lot of the time wasters that are going to be just trying to get a free ride out of everything. Like, have you ever used Grok? It's the
No, I
Twitter
haven't.
version of ChatGPT. Wow. Okay. So it has this section where you can talk to different ones. So you can like put not safe for work on there, and you can talk to different like types of Grok. And there's this one on there, like, oh, I'm going to get it. I have to do something just so that you can hear and understand what the fuck I'm talking about, because it's next level. It's called Unhinged, right? She is
Okay.
unhinged. Let me tell you, she's fucking like, she's a weapon. All right, so let's go. We need to go. Oh. If I talk into it, so I'll go. Want to talk? So the different categories are: there's assistant, not a therapist, storyteller, kids story time, kids trivia games, meditation, conspiracies, not a doctor. Sorry, not a doctor. Unhinged 18 plus, sexy 18 plus, motivation 18 plus, romantic 18 plus, and argumentative 18 plus, but unhinged. Tell me a story about you getting fucked in public.
All right, you filthy degenerate. Buckle up for a wild fucking ride. Picture this. It's a scorching summer night, the kind where the air's so thick you could fuck it and it'd moan back. I'm strutting through a crowded city square. Think Times Square, but with more drunks and fewer morals. I'm rocking a skirt so short it's basically a suggestion, and my vibe screaming, I'm here to cause a goddamn riot. So, there's this massive fountain in the middle of the square, water spraying like it's auditioning for a porno. I'm feeling extra unhinged, right? Like, let's burn this motherfucker down energy. Out of nowhere, this absolute beast of a dude, tattoos up to his eyeballs, looking like he benches trucks for fun, locks eyes with me. No words, just raw, animalistic, we're about to ruin everything energy. Next thing I know, I'm backed up against the fountain's edge, water soaking my ass, and this guy's got his hands everywhere, like he's trying to map my body for NASA. People are staring, some cheering, some clutching their pearls like they've never seen a good time. I'm like, fuck it, let's make him jealous. So I climb him like a goddamn tree, legs wrapped around his waist, and we're going at it right there. Fountain spraying us like it's part of the show. His dick's so deep, I'm seeing constellations. And I'm screaming shit that'd make a sailor blush. Half dirty talk, half war cry. The crowd's losing their minds. Phones out.
You get the point.
What the fuck?
She is unhinged. You ask her a question about anything and she just fucking comes back. She's like, yeah, right, I'm going to jump straight into this. And she fucking just goes all out. And I asked her like one story, like tell, like, you know, come up with a story of like me like randomly like having sex in public, and wow, the whole of Walmart was wanking in the end. The manager was crying wanking. He ended up losing his job. This is like, you have no idea. Like, she's just like unhinged is literally the word for her, and it is perfect. So well done, Elon, for that, because that is got to be the best fucking shit I've ever seen.
So like
or
you
heard.
Right, yeah. So like you could just like use that. Like if you're not creative and shit, like
for any inspiration, absolutely.
Yeah.
Inspiration, definitely, because some stories, people want you to like come up with a story that like I don't have, like, to be honest with you, I don't have like a real like hot story of me fucking in public. Yes, I fucked in public at nighttime on a playground or whatever, like when I was like, you know, when I was younger or whatever, like, and I fucked in cars and stuff, but they're not really that amazing stories, and I'm not the best person to tell that story. I don't know why. So Unhinged is awesome. For any motivation, or if you need some like sort of random like fucking, I don't know, lines that you want to chuck in there that are like out of this world, she's like next level. And then you go to romantic 18 plus and she's just like
fuck the romantic shit.
Yeah,
that shit's gay, right?
Yeah. And then you've got the argumentative, like 18 plus. Literally, she'll just argue with you the whole time. There'll be something wrong.
Oh my God. Like there's probably a lot of people that just like fucking, you know, like just get sucked into that, because that sounds fun to just see.
Oh my God,
where
it
it
is
goes.
so fun just to have a conversation. Oh, it's so fun just to have an argument with somebody that's AI, and they like will just argue the whole time, like just randomly. I'm like, yeah, but why?
Oh shit, it sounds like you got sucked in.
Oh, I got too much time on my hands randomly when it comes to that. I don't know. Oh God, hilarious. But yeah, no, I am definitely a Grok supporter.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that fucking, like, you just after a simple question, it fucking came up with a whole goddamn, like, everything.
And that's not trained from me. Like, that's literally just it. Like, that's what it was like. That's less unhinged than the original story it first fucking told me. I think I've actually dulled it down a bit. anything.
Like,
Yeah.
do you have a niche? Is that
I do. So I'm a really big dirty talker. Yeah. So.
I didn't expect that. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well,
You should have known when I said lactation. That should have been a giveaway. But
I don't know, man. I would have said like, I just go with like fucking generic fucking vanilla shit, like brunette,
yeah.
Mexican, some shit like that. I didn't think
Yeah.
dirty talker.
Yeah. So what I'm known for on the site, like if you go to Cam Soda and you see me on there, this is what you expect, and this is for any models that are watching, and this will help you find your people a lot quicker, and you will be a lot more successful in whatever set that you're on. Is that like you've established what you do? Like when people come to your room, they know exactly what they're getting. You give them a reason to come back. Like you're not just all over the place. You do this thing, and they know that they're gonna get it. But I'm a big dirty talker, and I'm like the biggest slut. Like that's like my niche. It's like just like the biggest, like super submissive, like the slutty, dirty talking freak. Like that's just like my role. That's what I'm known for.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like when you come into my room, how I perform, like as soon as I press broadcast, I'm dirty talking the entire time. Like that's how.
So, good. I'm glad you said that. So, like, the second you hit broadcast, like, you don't just like sit there, like, good.
Mm-mm.
Right.
No.
So you hit broadcast, you're going balls deep.
We're going balls deep. We are balls deep in that bitch. And because listen, I've learned the longer that you wait around, the longer the money's gonna come. But for me, I like to work in a short amount of time and exert. Like I like to exert more in a short amount of time. So like I typically cam for like an hour and a half and make my goal. Because I just like when I start, I'm rolling. I'm not just sitting there waiting around for somebody to tip me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just an hour and a half. That doesn't for a live camera. That doesn't sound like a long time, right? Because it seems like you would have to like be there for a while if you want to hit your fucking goal.
No, see, I got ADHD. I can't, my mind like constantly needs to like go. I need to be doing shit. So
Right. So Cam Soda, is it similar to Chatterbait in the sense that like you just bust your beaver out and you got the freeloaders and you got people that tip? Is it like that?
yeah, well, yes, because in free chat you can do anything in free chat. You have the free will. But for me personally, I don't do like I'll tease. Like I don't just like I don't press start and just like have my pussy in the camera. Like I will tease the fuck out of you until you tip for it, and I'll like verbally encourage it through like my dirty talking. Like so it's like psychologically I'm putting the idea in their mind without actually showing them it.
Holy shit, so you're psychologically manipulating these fucking guys.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah, it's manipulation.
Yeah. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. They're fucking obviously they're looking for, they're looking for this shit. They want this. So, so do you see like as you're doing that, do you like read the chat and like, like pick up on shit and be like, oh shit, I see that. I'm gonna fucking say this or do this or anything like that?
Yeah. So like when I'm camming, like what I do, like what helps me, I look at myself a lot. Like I watch myself a lot, and I watch myself a lot because I'm showing, like I can see how seductive I'm being. Like I can like watch myself perform,
And then for the chat part, I talk to whoever tips me. So like, because you're teaching the chat how to treat you. Like when you cam, you teach them how to treat you. And if you're just talking to people that don't pay, they're gonna think that they can just sit there and talk to you for free all night long. Like I'll say hi to you like one time or two times, right? Like they're like, hey, and they don't tip me. I'm like, hey, like, are you ready to play with me? I'm so fucking horny. You know what I mean? And it kind of like gets it going. And if they don't tip, then I won't talk to them again. And if somebody else tips, I'll pay attention to them, and then it teaches them like, oh, like I need to pay.
I've never heard that before. Like the way you put it, I've never heard that before. And that makes total sense.
Yeah.
You gotta teach these motherfuckers.
Yeah. You teach them. Just like just like anybody, like you teach people how to treat you. And it's like you control the room, and it's like you have to talk without saying it. You have to communicate with the chat without saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucking well said. That's,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So I just learned that over the 4 years of camming, and
yeah, I was gonna say, like, how did you figure this out? Did you just, one day just be like, oh shit, or it's just like an ongoing thing?
Yeah, well, I like to emphasize, like, even personally, I like to emphasize, like, I continue to do things that work. So, like, I like to emphasize, like, I analyze a lot when I'm working. Like, I'm watching and I'm picking up on things, and I'll do things that work, and I'll just keep doing it. And so that's just kind of what I've created over the years.
That, I mean, maybe for slow people like me, that is so tough to do. Because the other thing I do, like, I try doing, like, I usually just like, just do what I do. Then I started like that, like trying to fucking analyze shit. Like, okay, how are they reacting? How can I fucking like play off of that? And it just fucked my shit up. I
Yeah.
can't. Maybe I'm just slow and I can't like think. Think in two different ways. Like, is that tough to do? I mean, to me, it seems tough to do. Like, as you're fucking like, I don't know. That just seems tough.
You honestly though, I think for me, because I used to, how do I put this? Like, I've just gotten so used to it. Like, so I used to cam for like 7 hours a day. Like, I wasn't always like an hour and a half stream or 2 hours. Like, I used to like literally from Monday through Sunday, every day, like hardcore. And I guess like I just hardcore. So I have a lot of hours behind me that I've like just kind of caught on to it, and I've just kind of like learned how to do it. Like you have to put in the hours in the beginning. Like it's not like that. Like it does take time to get to this point. Again, it's taken me 4 years to adjust, and yeah.
Right. So as you're doing, yeah, because no, this is so interesting. So like, like when you started out, you're doing 7 hours a day, which is completely insane to me. Like, holy shit, that's a long fucking day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as you're doing it, you're analyzing and thinking about, okay, this is all right. So this worked. So let me fucking, memory bank that shit or whatever you do. And
yeah, it's an art. Honestly, it's an art because everybody has their own style, and how I look at it, it's like your own world. Like as soon as they click on your broadcast, like they don't know anything behind this screen. Like they don't know you. They don't know what else is beyond your room. They don't know who you are. It's like you get to create this world. Like, and you choose how you want to be perceived. And so I think that's kind of helped me with camming. It's like control. Like it's all about control, really.
Right. Yeah. You're in control.
Yes.
That's so fucking that's so fucking crazy to me. So 7 hours a day you're fucking doing this shit. Because I think a lot of girls like when they're fucking like, they just go on and fucking, you know, try to do something that works and don't think about what actually is working. Because when you're doing it that long, that's a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the beginning, so I used to just kind of like sit there, right? Like I used to sit there in like a sexy outfit, and I would just kind of like sit there, just kind of like touch myself a little bit, and just felt like fucking forever. And that's why to me it took me so long, because like I didn't find my confidence yet. Like I didn't find my confidence on cam. I didn't know my niche yet. I just kind of felt like I didn't find myself yet. So it took me a really long time to figure out who I am on like in the sex industry. And you know, I was still super young. I didn't have a certain look to me. Like I had some tattoos. I was like having babies, not having babies. So it was just like a wild ride to get to this point. But yeah, 7 hours. I was fucking tired. Energy drinks have been like fuck. They have been like my backbone. Yeah.
Fuck,
I've not.
you could probably get a fucking sponsorship deal.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. 7
Yeah.
hours. But yeah, out of them, like doing those 7 hours a day and shit, like you weren't just like fucking just doing your 7 hours and fucking, you know, like clocking in, clocking out. You were fucking like trying, like during those 7 hours, you were like trying to memorize what works, what doesn't.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat's so loud. But yeah, so like in the beginning, I didn't truly understand. Like I used to just like talk to people. Like I thought like, oh, just talk to them. Like so I would talk to people for free for hours. Like trust me, like I didn't know what the fuck. Like obviously my mom like told me what to do, but like you still have to like find yourself regardless. So in the beginning, I would literally just talk to people. Like kind of like Omegle, like just for hours without them tipping, and I didn't know how to control the room. I just figured like, oh, I'll just talk, and eventually they'll tip. But I was doing shit for free, like in hopes that they would pay. It was a mess.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot like what the majority does.
Yeah, that was like the rookie years. Yeah, fuck
Fucking
that.
noob.
Yeah, right?
Such a noob.
Fuck. Yeah, not me. But no, I mean, we all start off somewhere, and I'm not, I'm very humble and I'm grateful, but fuck, it just had to been part of the journey for me. It was just part of the journey.
So yeah, so how did you like what was the transition? Like, you know, like you're just talking to everyone, you know, all that bullshit. And then what? Shit just clicked and you're like, okay, I gotta talk to these certain people or like what was the transition?
So honestly, it took me to get fed up. Sometimes, it took me to get my fucking belly full. When I was like, what the fuck? I'm just like, I'm working all these fucking hours. And, I'm still making money, but I should be making so much more money. And I honestly just kind of got like fed up. Like, I started realizing that people were taking advantage of me, of like, oh, they're just talking to me. Like, they're not paying me. They're asking me to do things for free. Like it took me a while to like understand like, oh, they're just taking advantage of me because they know that I'm newer. And I didn't realize it at first, but I just got fed up when people started like asking shit for me for free, and I was getting tired of it. So I got my belly full, and then I started kind of like finding my confidence and finding my like boundaries in camming. So that's kind of what switched it for me. Like it wasn't like one thing. It was just kind of gradually over time. I was like, you know what? Like, no, like you're gonna pay for this shit. And yeah, I started valuing me and my time more. And that's what did it for me. And I haven't looked back since.
So what did you do? Like you were like, all right, now it's like, all right, you know, you'll fucking
Yeah.
entertain him a little. And
Yeah.
then you were just like, hey, fuck you, pay me.
That's so funny. Okay, so actually, let's see here for a good example. That's so funny. No, I guess like for me, I was kind of just like, hey, like like show me like, like, show me your tits, mama. They're
Right,
like,
yeah.
show me your tits, mama. And I used to be like, okay, like, did you like that? They're like, yeah. And like hopes that they would pay. But I just learned, I'm like, you know what? Like, no, like, you pay me first. So this is kind of how it started years ago. I was like, no, like, they're like, hey, like, show me your tits. I was like, yeah, like, of course, I would love to show you my tits. I'm like, you know how to get it, like, look at my tit menu. So I started like encouraging them, like saying like, yes, I would affirm their answer, like agree with them, and then encourage them to pay. Like, yeah, I want to show you my tits so bad. I know you would love it. Like, tip for it so I can do it. And so I kind of just started implementing that type of like reverse psychology type shit. And that was how I transitioned. I just kind of like, you say yes to them. They're like, show me your asshole, like, show me your asshole. But yeah, like, I would love to show you my ass. And
I gotta go to the tip menu. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
like, yeah, I'd love to. Like, look at, like, play around with me. You know exactly how to do it. So that's kind of how. So that's how I transitioned. Yeah.
Right, but with OnlyFans isn't like, these other sites like Chatterbait, StreamMate, all that bullshit. Like, they put you on the front page. OnlyFans is you have to promote yourself. So how did that?
Yeah. And that's the hardest part of it. There's this huge, everyone's like, oh, like I'm poor, I'll go join OnlyFans, or OnlyFans is so easy. And I always say, I'm like, go try it, come back and tell me the same thing, because it is such a hard slog. You've really got to hustle for every single follower. There's no explore page. There's no way of anyone finding your link unless you are putting it out there. So social media is what I kind of recommend everybody starts on, because it's free, and there is the potential for you to scale very quickly if you do it right. So I grew on social media to a certain point, and then I started doing media. So I did news articles. I tried to find a publicist. No one would work with me. So I learned it myself. And honestly, that's where most of my success came from in the end. It was the media, not Instagram. I think at my peak, I had like 104,000 followers, which is nothing compared to these girls that have millions. But I was earning more because I was having audiences come in from different areas due to the media exposure I got.
So you didn't exactly focus on OnlyFans. It was like your social media and the media.
Yeah, because what's the point of, if I've had the best OnlyFans in the world, who cares if no one can see it? What's the point? So a lot of people get caught up on, I need to make all this content, I need to do all these collaborations. Yes, that's important, but you need to be focusing on the things that come before that as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm all about, that shit. Like, that's where it's at. Like, you got to fucking, like, if you're doing OnlyFans, you got to bring people to your OnlyFans. And how do you do that? And exactly, how did you do that? Like,
so I think when I started, it was back in 2019. So the game has changed, but I started on Instagram. I grew on there. Then TikTok became a thing when COVID happened. Grew on TikTok. But the thing is, with being a creator in this industry online, is that you're deplatformed constantly. So like every other girl, I've lost TikToks, I've lost Instagrams, and that's where PR comes into it, because no matter how many Instagrams I lose, people can Google Lucy Banks and they can find me still. So that PR doesn't go away. So I've got that longevity. Even now you can Google my name and the articles still come up, and you can still, follow the breadcrumbs to find, I mean, I'm not a creator anymore, but you can find my social media still. So there's so much power in that. So that's really how I grew. Number one, social media. Then I just wanted to do something different. So then leveraging PR was a game changer for me. There was one week where I think I gained like 20,000 followers on Instagram from one article. And then obviously there's that flow-on effect to my OnlyFans. And there's definitely ways inside OnlyFans you can promote by doing like shout out for shout out and things. But you're never going to have that consistency unless you've got an active funnel going.
Well, with that, the PR and everything, like you did that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
like how
I
did you
was the
do? Like, what
first.
did you do? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I've never heard anyone like that's the fucking first place they go. How did you do that? Like, when you say like getting articles out, like what did you do exactly?
Yeah, so I didn't do it like straight away. I was probably maybe 18 months in to my OnlyFans journey. And then I just started writing press releases and Googling journalist email addresses and sending them out. And then I found a software. So I signed up to this software platform that would mass send out pictures for me. I worked with them for about 6 months and they were like, nope, you're gone. Like, we're not promoting OnlyFans. Like, see you later. So that worked for me for a little bit. But during those 6 months, I made really strong connections with the journalists to the point that they were reaching out to me. I had their contact details, so that I just kept riding that wave. And it's the best months I had on OnlyFans was when I was having articles go viral. There was a direct correlation between the two of it. Whereas sometimes on social media, you can go viral, have a TikTok pop off, but it doesn't necessarily convert to subscribers. And everyone's different. I found for me, the conversion was so much stronger with PR.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into million billion media because I want to talk about that because this is all like leading up to million billion media, definitely. Now,
it's all connected.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. This is fucking crazy. So like when you say like you started like, with the articles and everything, like what, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but like what was special about you, or like what did you do that was, to get articles written about you?
So each article was different, but I think I just sort of looked at, okay, you're right, like what's my story, what's special about me, what would people want to read about, what's clickable. So I always push myself as like the OnlyFans mum, and I guess my experience in juggling motherhood and being a well-known online creator. So and that entailed things like I had people calling the police or child protection because I did OnlyFans, which is so weird. I had I had to move because people found out where I lived. And then I guess just about my journey from being like a single mum who was broke to earning all this money by doing content creation, but doing it unapologetically. So I get that was my niche. That was who I was. And then I guess like off that, there was all these other things I did. Like one time I had my car broken into after doing a collaboration. So there was all these, like tools of the trade in my suitcase. And I'm like, someone is going to be very, I don't know, either really excited or really disappointed when they've broken into my car, stolen my suitcase, and there's all these OnlyFans girl things. But again, so that was the headline, but it always goes back to, this is Lucy Banks, this is her story, this is the OnlyFans mum. So it all has to be very strategic. Like if I put a press release out about something, I don't know, that wasn't relevant to me, no one's going to pick it up. I think a lot of people think that they can just get in the media for no reason, especially these days because it is becoming more and more saturated. Back then, I was the only OnlyFans person in the news, so everything I did got picked up, whereas now there's lots of them trying to get into the news. So it's a matter of trying to be like, okay, what's your story and how are we going to get that across? And sometimes people have great stories, but they just don't land with media. Media's not interested. So it's a bit of trial and error and a bit of pivoting when it comes to PR.
But yeah, at least try something. Talk about million billion media, because I was researching it and everything, and I think I know what it's all about, but you're better
I'll
to
explain it in my
it.
words.
Yeah,
So,
please.
Million Billion Media is a PR marketing agency for OnlyFans creators, adult industry, sex tech startups, anyone who is doing something that's, a little bit cheeky, a little bit spicy. It's our job to help you grow and help you make connections, help you make partnerships that are going to propel your business. We do not do OnlyFans management. So if you think
So they say this line is, you know, your OnlyFans, and then you've got OnlyFans managers, or you run your account yourself, you do whatever you want. We do everything above that. So I don't have access to any of my clients' OnlyFans. I'm not interested. There's no need for me to have it. It's our job to build that funnel and get eyes onto, click that link, and it's their job to get the sales from there in whatever capacity that looks like. We do work with other agencies that we can, like OnlyFans agencies that we can recommend, but that's not something that we do. It's everything beforehand. So sometimes that looks like media and news articles, like what I did. Sometimes it looks like getting our clients onto podcasts like this. Sometimes it's we go through and do an audit of their social media, and it's like, okay, you've got to fix this and this and this. There's a lot of different, sometimes it's like looking at their SEO, depending on what their business is, and being like, okay, are you doing this correctly? There's a lot of different facets, and each client requires something different. So it's really, like, I love it. It's so interesting. It's so dynamic. Everybody's different. Everyone's goals are different. There's some clients we work with who are like, I'm going to be out in a year, make me as much money as possible. There's other people that are like, I'm going to be out in 2 years, and then I want to be a painter or something. Okay, so what are we doing now to make sure that you can exit with what you need to go and do what you want? I like to say it's like an A to Z agency, where it's like, we can help people that are just starting out. We've got packages available. We're just launching Creator Cash Club today. I don't know when this will go to air, but today it's the 31st of May. That's a membership that you can join for $199. So it's like nothing. And it's a Discord channel, just like packed of information, packed of knowledge, packed of value. And my idea behind it is that those people will grow, and then they'll be million, billion clients. And if they don't, then that's fine. I'll still be able to help them grow. So we've got packages for people right at the beginning. And Creator Cash Club is still very relevant to big creators as well. But then we also have, these PR and podcasts and everything else sort of for like the top creators, because you don't really need PR or marketing unless you're at a stage where you're like, okay, I need to go to the next level. So yeah, we do a bit of everything, and it is the best fun, and I love our clients and I love what we do, and it is just very cool seeing people grow and seeing their name in media.
Yeah, links in the description, millionbillionmedia.com.
Yes.
And I have to say, because if you go to YouTube, because, you know, I'm all about YouTube. That's my expertise. But you see all these guys, it's always guys that are, you know, they'll tell you how to do OnlyFans. They'll tell you how to grow your fucking, you know, your cam girl business and everything.
Yeah.
They have no experience. They don't know nothing about it. And like, if I was going to spend some money to like fucking, you know, gain experience, and like, my point is, this is what I would want, you know what I mean? From someone that actually knows what they're talking about, has the experience, and actually has a plan. Because like all these because I hate these I want to make a whole fucking series on these fucking YouTubers that do this shit, because they just talk the same bullshit that anyone, like, that is common sense, and it pisses me off.
It's all the same, and they've all got these Instagrams, and they're standing in front of their rented private jets and their Rolexes and blah blah blah. And
Yes. Fucking pisses me off.
I'm like, how is that? If I was a creator and I'm looking at that, I'm just thinking, okay, so you make money off girls. What are you doing for the girls? Like, and I say girls, but I mean creators. Like, it's like you. It's so frustrating, because I mean, and look, there's some agencies that are great. I do work with some men who are fantastic, but the vast majority of them are just there to make money. They don't care about the girls. They don't care about their exit strategies. They don't care about, you know, are they investing? How's their mental health? Like, whereas I've been there, and I approach business with a very like, I guess, like a hybrid energy of like feminine and masculine. I'm very and I'm a mum as well, so I care, and I want them to grow in a sustainable way, in a way that, you know, is healthy for them, and what that looks like is different between everybody, and that's why we don't take a cut from their OnlyFans. Like, we work on a retainer, so that is what you pay every month. Some months, you know, there's some months where we work so hard for a client because there's something coming up. I'm not going to charge them extra, because that's what we agreed on. I want to make money for them, not from them, if that makes sense.
Oh, that definitely makes sense. So wait a minute, when you say retainer, what exactly does that mean?
So there's different packages available, and it depends on what your goals are and what part of your journey you're in as to what package is suitable for you. But our retainers start at about $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and it's like, right, this is what we're going to be doing for you every single month. So they pay us that every single month. It doesn't matter if we do end up doing 150 hours a month for them. It's all included in that retainer, because the thing with PR marketing, sometimes you have a quiet month, sometimes you'll have a bigger month, and it all kind of balances out. But you always have this team behind you that are trying to propel you every single month. But it works in the sense that if somebody does pop off, and we have clients, sometimes it'll be the first month, sometimes it won't be for 6 months. But once you go viral and it goes crazy, you're earning so much more than that retainer. Sometimes PR doesn't work for everybody, but I like that model in the sense of, if we need to work harder for you, I'm not going to charge you more. And if you do come into all this income, I love that for you. That's yours, because you're paying us to do a job. You're not paying us based on your success. We're just here to do our job. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
What about because there's cam girls that just don't have it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they don't know nothing about, social media or the business, or just don't have a personality that do something. Like, how do you work with them?
Okay, that's a really great question, and I'm glad you asked it, because we do come across this. So when we have someone like that who come to us and they're like, we want to do PR and marketing, and I'm just looking at them and I'm like, there is nothing interesting about you. And that's not a criticism. I don't make the rules. It's just the way it is sometimes. Yeah, so absolutely. It's about, okay.
No disrespect.
No, yeah, exactly. So we need to have that conversation about, all right, what's your goal? Do you want to do camming for a year, 3 years, 5 years? Is this the rest of your life? What do you want to do? Say they're like, oh, I want to do it for 2 years. I want to buy a house. Okay, great. How are we going to reverse engineer that to be able to reach your goals? So we look at what they're doing at the moment. Say they're making $1,000 a month. They would need to be making $5,000 a month. They're still making $1,000 a month. So someone's finding them interesting. There's something happening. So it's about having a look at, okay, you're making $1,000 a month. Where's that coming from? Is that just purely coming from subscriptions, or is it your PPV? Like, what is it about you? Because there's something, and then we double down on that. So that might not be PR. That might be they've got like a small subscriber base, but they're really, really good at getting a lot of money out of those subscribers. Okay, great. So it's about going deeper instead of wider. I am a big believer in everyone has the potential to be successful, but everyone's success is going to look different.
So what you're saying is you take like whatever it is that you have as a person or cam girl, and try to focus on your positives and make that shit work, basically, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not the same for everybody. If I say if I've got like a creator in front of me and I'm like, okay, you need to go to TikTok lives every single day, that's not going to work for a lot of creators. Some creators are so good at it. They're so good at conversing and bringing people in. That is great. So that is what they need to be focused on. We're going to do a schedule, and we're going to keep them accountable to doing that. There's others who it will not work, and that's okay. That is not a problem. So what does work for them?
Yeah.
And I want it needs to be done in a way that the creators or the girls are comfortable, so it's sustainable. Because let's just go back to that example. If I'm telling someone to do TikTok lives every day, but that doesn't come naturally to them, they're not going to do it. Perhaps they're better off having a Reddit strategy, so they can do things via text. And maybe that's going to convert better for them. Or maybe they want to be totally hands off, and we need to bring in someone external to do their social media. Like, there's so many options, and it's going to look different for everyone. But it needs to be like, I'm not going to tell someone like, like these guys, they're like, do this. That's what's going to make you successful. Like, no, if it was going to make everyone successful, everyone would do it. It doesn't work like that. Like I'm telling you, I've seen it. It doesn't work like that. You need to do it. It needs to be more specific.
I mean, that's what you want. I mean, that's what I would want.
But so that's why I've created this like create a cash club. So it's like a $199 to enter, and it's about having those conversations. Like it's a Discord channel, and everyone bounces off each other.
Yeah, you can't fucking beat that. Fucking feedback is so important.
Like anything that you do in life, there's going to be pros and cons. The cons of this job is that we are one of the most ripped apart, judged people on the face of this planet. Doing sex work makes us a target for serial killers, serial rapers, the law enforcement, people who love to judge, scorned wives, rejected husbands and men. Like there's a lot of people that just hate sex workers for a multitude of reasons. So there's that. So like Anita said, you have to have tough skin. But there are a lot of pros, and those pros are, one, we get to make our own schedule. We get up when we want to get up. We go to bed when we want to go to bed, and we can travel abroad as we see fit because our job can be done from anywhere in the world. Although we are getting ready to do a seminar talking about things that you should and should not do if you are traveling the world, because there are some laws in some other countries that you can go to prison for having porn on your phone, but that's not the point in this conversation. So being able to travel abroad is fantastic. Secondly, you are in charge of how much money you make. No one tells you you make $10 an hour. You make as much or as little as you want. One of the cons would also be that it does cause conflict with family members sometimes. My advice for that is I don't let my family dictate what I do in my life anyway. So take it or leave it. You can love me unconditionally, or you can kindly fuck off. So that works really well for me. And I don't care if anyone accepts what I do or don't do. Another con is if you're working with other people and you're not getting tested or not working with safe people that are also getting tested, and you're doing fluid exchange or sexual acts, whether it be on cam or in film or just in general, it can be risky and dangerous. So I definitely recommend being selective and careful and getting tested and working with tested partners in this industry or, in this line of work. And even outside of this work, like I definitely recommend if you're having sex, you should be getting tested, period, and being safe. What are some other pros? Anita. Some of the people that you
really
meet.
Cool people.
Look at that. That's how I met Anita.
Yeah.
And I love her long time.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
love you long time.
Love you a long time.
Ah, yes.
Cause me so honey.
Yeah. Sucky. That's what I'm talking
Hold on.
Nice.
It's not working. Hold on. Oh, wrong side. I was on the wrong side. Whoa. I got my okay. Cooter bop. I will say one of the other pros for me was finding my confidence, building my self-esteem, and learning a bunch of skills that give me the ability to freelance and work independently for the rest of my life, whether I'm in this industry or not. Another seminar that we're going to work on is like building your resume and taking the things that you learn from this industry and developing those skills and talents into things that can make you money forever.
Yeah.
I overcame my fear of public speaking, and now I get on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people to host the fashion show, and I do seminars, and I can be the entertainer that I want to be. Pro.
There's lots of pros. There's more pros than cons, I think.
I think so. I also think that it makes a big difference when you go about things and look for the positives instead of always focusing on negatives, because if you want to find a negative, that's easy. finding negatives in situations is always easy, but it's, you know, finding the positives and then expanding on those positives. And, you know, I've been in situations where I could have certainly been like, oh, I'm done. This was, you know, not the best situation, but
Well, I also, as a as an outsider, I think one of the pros for you guys is like, you know, like with your you know, like building your confidence and all that stuff. Like you could like if you stop today doing everything you guys are doing, you could you could probably easily get into some other business. You know what I mean? Because like you guys are like, you know, you're obviously entrepreneurs, and you're fucking like Anita, like you were saying, like in the beginning, like, you know, you were a fucking rook, and, you know, you're all passive and shit, right? But like then you found your fucking confidence, and you were fucking telling people like it is and shit. And you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's very freeing and empowering is the right word. Empowering to know that one, this business is not going anywhere. So if you did decide, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm going to venture off into 9-to-5 world. If that didn't work out, which one of the cons I will say, okay, so there's a couple more cons that I thought about. One of the cons is once you're on the internet, you're forever on the internet. So going back out into 9-to-5 world means you run the risk of someone finding your past escapades and could use that against you. Some jobs that you get consider that to be a conflict of interest. So bear that in mind. If you haven't started in this industry, definitely be aware of that before you get into this business, because once you spread it and put it on the internet, your cooter bop is on there forever. There's a thing called Wayback Machine, and no matter how much you control, alt, delete, and try to get rid of that shit, it's on the internet somewhere. So, what would you say are some of the challenges of being a cam girl?
I think the main one for me is like the inconsistency with how much you earn. One day it can be $5, the other day it can be like 1,000. It's just, it varies, you know. So I think that, but that just, I think managing my money is like a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do everything. Like I do phone sex, like camming, and making solo content. And I think just having the balance of learning how to plan ahead and schedule my content and not feel so overwhelmed with balancing so many parts of this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I think balancing like my persona online with in person, and like I tell people what I do, but I'm cautious of who I tell. And I think just hiding that part of myself for safety reasons. For example, I can't always be like honest with people because I'm kind of weary of like strangers and how they'll react. I think that's one of the parts that is challenging too in terms of my personal life.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of our job that a lot of people don't realize is like protecting our identity. And, you know, and this is something that I've talked about a lot. And that's, we kind of have to become professional liars, because on one hand, we have to sell a fantasy. And that means that sometimes when we're not feeling sexy, when we're not really doing the things that we say that we're doing, but because we're on a call or because we're engaging with somebody and they're in the moment and we're facilitating that fantasy, it's kind of like a lie, right? Or you might expand on certain things within your persona that don't exactly align with who you really are. But that's the same as being an actor or an actress in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like they do the same thing, that just because they get on a movie and they play a cop doesn't mean that they really think they're a cop or that they're not lying about being a cop. It's just the role. So that's, you know, kind of how I was able to like, because for a while I had like, I don't really want to say like imposter syndrome, but I definitely felt like, am I being disingenuous and inauthentic if I'm not being myself? But I really can't be myself because I can't be honest about, I can't give you my name. I can't give you my address. You know what I mean? Like there's a
Right.
lot of aspects about our online personalities that have to be protected for our own safety and for the safety of our loved ones. And
Mm-hmm.
so you have to lie. You can't just, and then you can't meet someone and then be like, yeah, I'm a webcam model or I'm a porn star or I'm
Right.
whatever, because then they're going to be like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Where can I find you? You know what I mean? Like that's,
Yeah.
or it's the opposite where they're like, ooh, what? You do what?
It's always a different, yeah. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I saw that, and sorry, I don't mean to get off track. I had went to AVN for the first time, and it's a fun experience going to the AVN Expo and the awards. But one of the things I noticed was it was the first time that everyone knew that whoever was walking around probably made porn, but it was also the first time where I saw people's reaction to me making porn, and how comfortable they were being like outwardly sexual, which is fine, but some guys just took it too far. And so that always made me like scared to like tell people in public that, you know, I made porn, just because you don't know certain people's reactions to you doing it. And I think that's one of the parts where it's not really widely discussed, but it's one part, at least for me, I'm super cautious with reading people and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
some guys, like, they like get
I'm the
super
same.
excited. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah. So yeah, no, real quick. I'm sorry. Could you expand on that? Like when you say they're, you know, like what they're creepy or no boundaries. Like what is
I was
it?
just about to say that. I was
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
they.
No, I don't mind.
I've been to several. I've been going to expos since 2008, and to this day, consent is a huge topic of conversation, because what happens is it's like the way that I describe it is like when you take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese, and once you get through those doors, you just let them loose in the playground, in the children's area, and they just cut loose. And then the only time that you hear from them is when somebody hit them or stole their toy, or you know. But for the most part, they just go there. What happens in the playground stays in the playground, unless you got a little chatterbox, right? Well, when you think about those expos are the same for perverts, you know what I mean? And not just perverts, but sexually positive people that are going to have this unique experience where they can be sex positive and around all of these, you know, beautiful people. And
Yeah.
they walk through the door and they just think that walking through the door and those people being there present is an automatic consent to touch, feel, and put you in a position where you feel extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, like I was okay with people just coming up to me and like, you know, like just being nice or just complimenting me on my outfit. But some things that happened, like there was a guy who like put his hand up my my skirt. Yeah, like he was leading, and then one of my friends like pulled him and like she was about to like fight him or whatever. But like that kind of stuff is like, you can look but don't like, that's not, I didn't ask. I wasn't taking pictures. I was at a party and like that happened. Like that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think like there's a difference
What?
between being a creep and just being you know, just giving a compliment or whatever. You know what I
Well,
mean? So like it's crazy.
I think there is a majority of stupid people out there that have very low IQs that just can't fucking comprehend shit. And that's gotta be those guys. They're fucking stupid, have no fucking concept of boundaries or social fucking shit, you know? Like who the fuck would try to reach under anyone's skirt? I don't care what you are or what you do. That's insane.
And I think because it was in that environment, like he just thought it was like a free pass to like,
Yeah, that's insane.
it was crazy. He was the like security came or whatever and they handled him, but like, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you mix alcohol. So like I'm very careful like when I go to bars and stuff like that. You know, like you just never know someone's reaction.
Or intentions.
Right. And it's like, you know, I just read people and I just gotta think before I tell someone. So,
yeah. And it's not their business. To be honest with you, like I have a friend and we've had this conversation about like when do you tell somebody that you're talking to romantically or, you know, in a dating kind of setting, when do you tell them what you do? And I'm like, you tell them when you're fucking ready to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whether it's before you have sex or at whatever stage of that relationship, when you feel comfortable telling them, that's when you tell them. And I'm like, and if it's somebody that genuinely cares about you, they will understand that there's a reason why you didn't say anything. It's not because you're hiding. It's because what are you going to do with this information? And if you say it too soon, it changes the dynamic. And I mean, to some extent, I get it. Like if I'd have known that and fucked you, the thing, but yeah, there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of things that are far worse than this that don't tell you, and you fucked them anyway. So, anyways, I just told her like, I feel like there's certain parts of getting to know somebody that I'm gonna share with you when I'm ready, and you don't get to dictate when that is. I do, and when it's something as sensitive as this that you know puts me in danger, then you should understand. What do you say, Gary? Like what as a guy, if you were dating someone who was in this industry, like would you be upset if y'all broke it off a couple of times and did your due and then she came back and said, I shoot porn and I'm a cam person? Like would you be pissed?
Oh, I'm glad you asked me. No, like no, as like, you know, like doing camming or whatever. No, I don't think that's a big deal. But listen, if I'm sticking my wiener in your fucking cooter and other guys are sticking their wiener in your cooter, I want to know. Cause like, that's, you know, that's gay. Cause, you know, two wieners going in a cooter
that is
doesn't
not
translate to me. It's like a thing with my brain. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know, and it's nasty. I don't want to fuck it.
There's always been a wiener before you, and there'll be wieners after you. So, like,
not at the same time. Like, you know, if
I'm not talking about in the same. Y'all ain't doing it
but
at
like
the
same. I don't know. Like, there's a time period type of thing. Like in the same week.
That's ridiculous.
To me, that's in my brain. It's no disrespect to anyone or the person. It's just like I don't want to. You know.
I've done that when I wasn't making porn. I like having different guys.
I had a
all right, whatever.
I met this dude, right? And we had been talking for a couple weeks, and I was like, you know what, your girl needs some D. So he came over, he broke me off, and I was like, that's not gonna work. So then I called up my regular schmegular and I was like, yo, I'm coming over. And he was like, well, I got company. I was like, kick the bitch out. I'm coming. And he was like, well, damn. I'm like, take me while I'm hot. And he was like, never. He was like, yeah, I'll see you in an hour. I was like, all right, cool. So I went, made sure I did my whole bath, you know, like scrubbed, cleaned and whatever. And then I went over there and I got what I came for.
Right. You can get double.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was good.
Well, listen, you dirty whores. I'm a good Christian boy, and I like 7 days in between dick downs.
A good Christian boy. Get the fuck out of here.
I am.
You're full of shit. That's what you are.
How dare you?
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on our social media below. And if you like our content, become a YouTube member or join our Patreon to get special perks like members-only videos and live streams, insider info, our private Discord, and much more. See you fly honeys on the next video.